Hormones help our bodies with everything from our sleep cycle to our body temperature. But as we well know, those hormone levels can fluctuate, and that can really have an impact on you and everyone around you. So joining us with a closer look at what hormones do and what we can do about it is registered dietitian Nisha Saxena. Welcome back to Your Morning. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Anne-Marie.
All right, let's do the overview first. Where in our body hormones come from and why they're so important, how they affect us.
Yeah, well, there's really two systems in the body that control our hormones. We have the endocrine system. This is a very complex system all throughout the body that contains different organs you may have heard of: the thyroid gland, pituitary gland, adrenal glands, and our ovaries, and many more. And these organs actually secrete chemicals that impact our tissues. And this is really a huge part of our hormonal regulation, as you mentioned. We also have the gastrointestinal system, or the GI system. And this is where we actually have trillions of gut bacteria that live in our large bowel. And these are responding to the diet that we have, to the every exposure that we have, and producing chemicals and byproducts that actually influence the metabolism of hormones such as estrogen. So the two systems work in tandem, and you really do have to have a healthy gut to have healthy hormones.
What happens when your hormone levels are too high? What are some of the symptoms?
Well, as you mentioned, I mean, for women in particular, our hormones are changing all the time through our life stages. And so what we know is that symptoms of having hormone imbalance, such as something called estrogen dominance, can really be hard to live with. Now, estrogen dominance is something that can occur for different reasons. Our progesterone or testosterone levels may be low, or maybe taking medications like HRT. Things like fatigue, mood swings, bloating, weight gain, cold intolerance, and real sleep and mood disturbances, even anxiety attacks, can occur when we have an imbalance of this estrogen in our body. And now, to know if this is happening for you, we really want to encourage people to see a professional, a licensed physician. You may need to see more than just a general physician. You may need to see an endocrinologist or a dietitian. You really don't want to try and self-diagnose, and you really don't want to use sort of Instagram influencers here to get better.
I was just going to say, social media is not the place to get your diagnosis. You do say that there are, and you are a registered dietitian, so there are some ways that we can ease some of those symptoms through what we drink and through what we eat. What are some of the changes?
Well, exactly. You don't need a formal diagnosis to start to feel better. So the first thing I would recommend is water, hydration. Over 70% of Canadians are dehydrated. So really looking at upping your water intake, somewhere around 20 milliliters per pound of body weight. For many people, that would do well. And this also includes limiting other fluids, such as alcohol. You know, alcohol impacts the liver greatly, which has a big impact on estrogen metabolism. So alcohol for women in particular is something we really want to keep in check or abstain from. The other things we know that can help are fiber. Fiber is so important for so many reasons, and it's particularly important for that gut health, clearing out excess estrogen in the body. Aim for about 30 grams per day as a woman, and an easy way to do this is 10 grams per meal. And there's even some specific foods that can help with estrogen metabolism. As an example, cruciferous vegetables contain a compound called DIM. These are broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. So including those can be a wonderful way to help with removing excess estrogen. And finally, prebiotic fibers. I mentioned that those gut bacteria really want to be healthy and fed well. And things like green bananas, oat bran, onions, garlic, asparagus, and even fermented foods like kimchi are very beneficial for keeping that gut bacteria healthy, which then impacts our hormonal health.
Exercise also critical. How does it help?
Yeah, exercise is interesting because it does help in terms of clearing excess hormone from the liver, which is part of our digestive tract, as well as from that bowel. But it's also interesting because it impacts our nervous system. And the chemical signals that our nervous system, which come from our bowel, send to our brain can also have a huge impact on hormones. So any type of exercise that brings the intensity up, maybe high intensity interval training, even hiking, and certain forms of yoga, are really wonderful for helping with this hormonal metabolism. You have to find something you enjoy so that you can do it consistently. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, listen, exercise for me is medicine. I don't love doing it. I make myself do it. It's like taking my vitamins or eating the broccoli. Do it because I have to. Great information, Nisha, as always. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.